What do we mean by accountability? Well, one of the dictionary definitions is someone who is accountable is completely responsible for what they do and must be able to give a satisfactory reason for it. Now, why do you think accountability is important in a mentoring relationship? Well, some of the reasons are because what is discussed may be personal and sensitive, because what is started needs to be brought to a mutually satisfactory conclusion, because the topics for discussion or not for discussion need to be respected, to gauge progress in achieving agreed goals and the reasons if they are not being achieved, to determine whether external help is required if the relationship is stalling or not meeting its objectives, and because both parties have made a commitment to one another that they must honour. How can we check that we are being properly accountable in our mentoring relationships? Some of the ways would be by checking that agreed meetings are held as planned, or by the mentor asking the mentee whether any topic boundaries are being breached, by the mentor and mentee frequently checking progress against agreed objectives, and by validating the relationship against a set of ground rules. It is important to understand that the appropriate accountability can and should be validated against the ground rules that have been established in the mentoring relationship. This is one of the reasons that it is so important to establish those rules. When it comes to checking that appropriate accountability exists in our mentoring relationships, it is helpful to be asking the right questions about the purpose of our meetings, the developing nature of our relationship, and about our learning. Now, I want you to turn to your workbooks and write down 3 or 4 questions that will enable you to maintain accountability within your mentoring relationship under the following headings. Our meetings. What questions will you ask to ensure that your meetings are achieving their purpose? Our relationship. What questions will you ask to review the quality of the mentoring relationship between you? And our learning. What questions will you ask to check what learning is taking place? When you have completed this exercise, click the Continue button.